During my addiction, I had 3 children. They were taken into care because of my using. But the funny thing is, all through my addiction, I truly believe that God was with me and gave me strength along the ways to try and take hold of myself and look at myself and deal with this addiction that I had, whatever it was, whatever you want to call it. My children were adopted, but I was blessed again there because even though they were adopted, the judge still said that I could have an open adoption where I could see them every 6 months. So I was very blessed with that. Now they're 24, 25, 26 and 27. And we have a wonderful relationship. A wonderful relationship. I think part of that is due to my honesty with my addiction. Also, the one thing that God helped me was to help me to go to them contacts every 6 months. Even though 6 months seems a long time when you're an addict, a day, 6 months is never enough. It's just, time doesn't matter. And you just 6 months goes in 2 minutes. During my addiction, it also led me to imprisonment. I was imprisoned in this country and imprisoned in Pakistan for 18 months. And there again I experienced God with me because as soon as I walked through the gates and I saw this place where I was, which is nothing like here, I literally did again ask him for help. Whether it was for reasons of my own benefit, I just called to him again and asked him for help to help me out of this situation I was in. And I was in there for 18 months, and I knew by the 3rd day that I was in there that I was going home. This is what I felt in my heart. I came home in November of the next year. Through certain reasons, again with family or whatever, but against my addiction, I still carried on using, and I still carried on hurting people around me. And a certain period of time, I think it was when my children got to about 16, especially my brother Jason, who I care of, he decided to leave home. And I used to always use him as my, how could I say, he was like my eggshell, you know, I'd plan everything around him. If I was going to use, I'd make sure he was going out. So all of my using was always pre-planned, it was always premeditated. So I thought I was okay, and that's how I justified my using. Because I would still go shopping, because I would still clean my house, you know, I thought I was okay. I'm not like that person across the block that's out there 24/7. You know, I've still got some order in my life, but I didn't. My life was chaotic. You know, it was chaotic. Inside here was chaotic, and inside here was chaotic. But at that time then, Jason left home, that's my brother, and my using just got extreme, because there was no boundaries there for me now. And again, it got to the stage where I was using, and I just felt lost in my heart, lost in my mind, lost in my soul. And one day I remember having this tool in my hand that I used to use my drugs with, and I told him, I said, God, please help me. And still the next day I went out and used. And about 2 months after that, I was blessed. I went to the hospital. I thought I had constipation, and I was pregnant. Which was like, wow, you know? I'm not going to say the other words. Anyway, I was truly blessed that day because, don't forget, I've lost my children through adoption. My brother's left home, they've all seen me through the years with this addiction. And now I'm being blessed with a child. And even though I knew that I had a really bad history with social services and probably a bad history with everyone, I wanted this baby. And I wanted this baby to prove to myself that I could be a good mother and that I am capable of loving someone and loving myself, you know. I didn't know how to love myself, so I thought I'd start off by trying to love someone else, and that was this child that I've been blessed with again. So I was very blessed when I went into recovery. I had a brilliant co-worker, which her name I'm going to say is Mum Mills, and I still see her to this day. An amazing woman who, I don't know why, just had the ultimate faith in me, even though she saw my history on paper, and if you took it in front of the judge, they wouldn't have wanted to know. They would have said, no, this child needs to go up for adoption, this woman is going to relapse. She's not capable of looking after a child. You know, she's had history, years of addiction. What makes you think she's going to clean herself up today? So, luckily, she got me into a place called the Mayor Project, and that's where Angela worked. And I remember walking into this place, that day, and the thing was there is that as a mother you could go in there with your child and deal with your addiction with your child. But for me, because my history was so bad, they said, no, we want you to go in there first for 3 months and see if you're going to stay clean for 3 months, and then we'll see about you getting back your child. So I was like, well, yes, that's my luck, you know, that's how it goes for me. But I walked into that unit that night. I walked into there. And even though, as we all know as women, you know, the experience about my breasts were leaking, and I could hear a child crying down the hallway. And I was hurting right here, and I cried. And I thought to myself, I'm staying here because I want my child. I want this. I want to be clean. I want to do this for me and my child. I want to do it for me. So 4 months into the programme, 5 months into the programme, I learned so much there about life skills. I owe that place so much, and also it learned me about finding my spirit with God, actually, to find myself with Him and to be able to talk to Him when I'm in times of trouble or when I'm feeling really low, and not to pick up that drug or that drink to just make everything so much more chaotic. But then again, another event happened, and because of my attitude in there, and this was after Serena come back to me, I had to be taken out of the mayor. There was a lot of troubles between social services about me staying there with her, and you know, it just excelled to a situation where I had to go. But what I got from there was that I learned some life skills around my addiction and how to deal with it on a daily basis. I learned how to sit with myself and sit with my feelings, whether they were good or bad. Sit with myself was a big thing. It was a very big thing. And sometimes talk to him and just say, here, what, I need some help right now, you know, or thank you for what you've done for me today. Thank you. And I'll tell you how powerful this man is, yeah, because all through these years of my addiction, he has given me signs, he's blessed me in many ways, which have made me go back to him and still call to him for help in some way, obviously, all through that addiction. And an amazing thing happened this year. I'm going to say it's amazing because I don't think it is sad. New Year's Eve, my father died, and on my father's funeral day on January the 21st, my mother passed away. Now you're all saying all, but I'm saying that's a good thing, because my mother and my father are together like they always were. They always were. And I never picked up no drink, I never picked up a drug. Never touched nothing. And the blessed thing is again is that my mother and father saw me now clean, and they saw me as a parent, they saw me as their daughter, and they saw me as someone that loved their life now, you know. So I'm going to leave it there and hope that I've sent you a message today.